So if you look closely, you can actually see the date that we'll survive on. It's where is it? Oh, it's not there. All right, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs YouTube channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button and hit subscribe because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're so sorry. There's so many gremlins in the system right now. My camera went, my headphones are broken. So everything's going wrong. Is it because it's the 13th? Who knows? Anyway, today on tonight's show, we are going to be talking about our next opponent down at St Mary's Stadium. It is Crystal Palace, who have just smashed fellow relegation rivals Leeds United 5-1 away. So they are going to be perhaps a little bit more confident than they once were. We're also going to be having a look back at the defeat to Manchester City, disappointing 4-1 defeat, and Erling Haaland scoring probably one of the best goals that we've seen so far at St Mary's Stadium. We're also going to be having a look at many other topics, which I haven't got a slide for, but will be coming up shortly. As always, this show is sponsored by Circle. Circle is the all-new football sweepstakes game, where the jackpot moves with the action on the pitch. Whoever's in the hot seat, the final whistle takes the prize pot. There are many ways to stake and play. You can join the public circles. Set one up, one of your mates guaranteeing at least one of you wins the prize pot. Details are in the description. And use referral code MatchdayVlogs when you sign up to get yourself a free bet. You must be 18 or over to play. Please bet responsibly. BeGambleAware.org, and they will be running their 5 fixtures prize pot, which you can win. You can win £1 million. £1 million. How late are we tonight? We're 25 minutes late. I'm so sorry. I'm so pleased to see actually that the chat section just carried on with the show without us.
Yeah, it turns out we're not actually necessary for the entertainment here. So
exactly, it's just pure optional. You know, we'll just show up and say a few words, and but let you guys chat in the chat section. Let us know where you're watching the show from. It's always fun to know. Right, where to begin, Jack? Should we talk about my technical issues or no?
I mean, you know, we there's no need to explain it. We're late, man. We're late, but you know what?
It's gonna be a good
time. We're gonna have a good time anyway because we're gonna just talk about some great football.
Yeah, indeed. So let's rip the bandage off quickly and have a look back at the Erling Haaland show. Now it was a case that we conceded 4 goals again to Manchester City in the league fixture. So on aggregate, we've lost this tie 8-1, which sounds absolutely terrible. But when you consider what kind of form Manchester City were in on the day, not that surprising, really, was it?
Nah, not really. It was kind of everything you thought would be. You know those games where you go and thinking, well, this is a free hit and we'll probably get stuffed, but maybe we'll get something. Turns out it was the total package. It was the not a free hit. complete withdrawal. Hold on, I think my microphone's just kicked back on properly there.
I was going to say, you're a little bit quiet in my ears. I was feeling about my volume control, thinking, where
no. Just my minus 20 dB drop was on. Don't know why, but it was.
Oh, okay.
Trying to get out that. Trying to get that that room creep down. But no, yeah, it was the first. At least the first half was something to be excited about because there were some real moments there that we definitely should have gone one up with Sulemana. Pretty much 1-on-1. He did so well and he was so smart to to create that run and to drop pace and pick pace back up again. And it just that touch was just insane. So there was chances, and then second half it all just kind of fell away. Really, I think the thing that's kind of confusing me with the Sellers' performances is that when he took over, we came at the starting gates really hot every game, and then we tied it up towards the end of the game and just came out second half slower. And now we seem to start games really slow, and then hope to snatch it in the second half. And it's just about that point, the game's gone away too much because we've sat back so much. It's just a real flip of what I thought he would be doing, and it is Ralph tactics without Ralph.
It is. It does still feel like we've got square pegs in round holes, doesn't it? In terms
of
like
in every department, it just feels like no one's doing what they're meant to be doing, and it's just really confusing. And it's what's sending us down. I won't say it's what's sending us down.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I mean, I think the first half we were kind of playing a game which was basically don't let Erling Haaland get the ball, and it was working quite well. And then the second Erling Haaland got his head on the ball in the penalty area, it's like, oh, there you go.
This game was the first game. What I really noticed, I've seen a few people say that Bella Kotchap switches off, and there have been goals where I'm like, he is to blame there. But throughout that game, I just saw him just sort of like not know where players were around him and just drift away and just leave really big spaces for no gain either. For no, like he's not pushing up to anyone. He's literally just wandering out of position. So there's still a lot to learn from Bella Kotchap, and but I think that's also costing us, just that lack of experience. But then you hear the things about Salasu this week about how his head's gone and he's sort of already out the door.
It's a bit of a worry, really, isn't it?
It is a worry. So it's I kind of thought that we were in a position where all these players are playing poorly, but in reality, the mentality was quite good behind the scenes. There was no bad eggs at the very least. And now I'm like, right, there's one.
Yeah.
Let's get that turfed out.
I mean, there's a comment here from a member of the channel, Mark. Is it too much to ask Ruben to pick our best rather than our most loyal 11? I mean, it does kind of feel a bit like, Salasu and Bella Kotchap for me were the best centre-back partnerships we had at the beginning of the season. Arguably one of the highlights that we had. But for them to be playing second fiddle to Bednarek and Kaletakar, it kind of just feels so wrong. And I totally understand, if you've got bad feeling in the dressing room, and then you're trying to sort of install, a disciplined 11, but you gotta think. I mean, a lot of these clubs around who are already looking at our players and thinking like, oh yeah, we'll have some of that, and you think, well, there are players at the moment that they're not doing anything. They're not playing to warrant their Premiership status. It's just
that's literally the thing. I think the comeback of Bednarek tells you everything you sort of need to know about that back line. The fact that he's come back, he's coming quite easily, and it's only taken him, let's be fair, a couple of games to get up to scratch. And he's had 4 or 5 games on the bounce where you're like, Bednarek has been very, very good in those games. I don't even think he was that was bad against City, really. I think he got overloaded on the other side. So
yeah.
But yeah, and it just like really, let's be honest, Salasu was one of the players going into the season that you'd be like, yeah, every week, and he's gone from that to not starting whilst he's fit. But the same for Bella Kotchap though. Is like, is he truly ready? Is he truly ready? Because
you'd say pre-World Cup, you would. Pre-World Cup, he's immense.
Yeah, but again,
the World Cup.
He got into the World Cup, but I also tend to think, how many games is that on, and how well did we actually do in those games?
Yeah, I know.
Like with the rest of the team was playing pretty bad. He was all right, and then you start to find a bit of cohesion, and then that's where it slips. It's just
cohesion. We haven't used that word in a while.
Cohesion, right? But here's the thing. I kind of think once you've got your idea of where you want Prowse, Lavia, and Alcaraz to sit. You're like, great. Well, you got that, and that works, and then suddenly that the centre backs are being shown up for a little bit, or one of them particularly. So it's just once you start thinking you fix something else breaks. It's just a never-ending story, mate. Over it.
Never-ending story. No, absolutely. I mean, Manchester City are chasing Arsenal, who we have a week tomorrow. So we could still have our say in the title race. I think we can say it like that. But I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that the Man City are going to win absolutely every single game until the end of the season. I mean, they were comfortable in the Champions League against Bayern Munich. Something that we as Saints fans were hoping that perhaps they might have their mind on and take the eye off the ball on
Turns out now
Saturday's game.
they did both pretty easily.
Yeah, they did. They looked
out.
very, very comfortable. But we did get a goal. Look, there's a 1 there. I was right on our 1.
There is in fact a 1 there.
I was wrong on that number. I was
Which has,
right on that number.
thrown everybody's out of sorts.
Yeah.
I think that one has made this. I put up a poll on Instagram saying, should Gineppo start next week?
And Gineppo.
And it was overwhelmingly in favor of Gineppo coming back. Like they were all full, like yes, apart from like 3 that were just fully no. There's a few people there that remember. But has Gineppo not performed every time he's been asked to this season?
Yeah.
He has. He's performed at left back, mate. He's performed everywhere he goes.
So why not play in the league?
I can't remember.
I only remember the goal he scored against City in the Cup, which was just kind of like flipping out. And Sekou, that was his first Premier League goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, great finish. Finish. Clinical.
You said you're going to get 1 goal against City, and it's going to be a Gineppo assist, and it's Sekou. You've got pretty good odds on that, wouldn't you?
Here's the thing. I think back to games like Fulham away with a Dozy working that wing, and the other times that sort of Gineppo started in the season. I was like, when we cause havoc down those lines, and then we cut in and play and they just do their step overs into the box.
Yeah,
there's havoc to be caused there, and we're now at a point of a season where you're playing long balls, but also let those wings and cause havoc in the box. Like, let's bring that back. Let's bring a Dozy and Gineppo back to cause absolute mayhem on a wing.
Yeah.
Because even when Suleiman does it, that's when he's at his best.
Yeah.
And just someone in the goddamn box to finish it. There was so few crosses in the first half. If there was a striker on the pitch, we would have maybe gotten something. But I also think if the striker was in that on the pitch, we wouldn't have gotten into that position. So.
Yeah, and Mark makes an excellent point here. He's not played much since Pope clattered him. I forgot he got murdered by Nick Pope, didn't he? Absolutely smashed in that game. And all the Newcastle fans, fair challenge. It was a fair challenge, to be fair. That's not the point. It's still a murder. Manslaughter. Reckless. Exactly. Right. Should we park this one? I feel I used all my technical time earlier to...
Are we using this time now to talk about City fans in the home section, or was that come at the end of the show?
Do you want to talk about it?
You got a little bit because it was pretty atrocious.
Okay, just to fill in anyone that wasn't at the game or has generally had their Twitter turned off for the last 7 days, there were a lot of City fans in the home end. There are also lots of reports of youngsters trying to get in with Man City shirts on. It just blows my mind. And then I also witnessed a young girl who came with her dad, obviously to enjoy a game of football, but was wearing a Man City shirt and was basically posing with her jacket open with the Man City shirt on in the home end in front of the pitch. Now, she was approached by a steward, and then after that, a couple of fans also approached that same steward to say, what's going on? And this person was sent to the seat and asked to cover up. Now, I've got 2 things on this, okay? I am all for inclusive environments at football. I don't even mind in the World Cup when everyone sits and mingles together, but there's a big factor which overrides all of this, and that is fan safety. And unfortunately, there have been far too many occasions where violence has broken out because of away fans in the home section, and it has caused a lot of problems. And we can't have a situation where we have one rule depending on how old they are. It should be quite simple. If you're wearing a Man City shirt, if you're wearing Man City colours and showing that you're a Man City fan in the home section, in any degree, it cannot be allowed.
No.
There's no grey area here. And there was this thing on Twitter about this family that came down, and one of the young lads was wearing a Man City shirt, and the whole family got turned away. Well, what do you expect?
Yeah,
it's literally in the terms and conditions when you buy the ticket. And also, what do you expect?
It's mental. For me, there was stewards around us, stewards that I see there a lot. who, when were informed about, like, let's be honest, which it was a whole row behind us were City fans, with shirts on, anchors on, and when pointed out, there was like I say, stewards I see there a lot, club stewards who just laughed it off. You just walked away. Didn't say anything. Just walked. I was like, come on, like the fans are complaining. Like it's not just one guy being over the top. That all the stand are complaining, and it's just like I say, even for safety on the other end, because you know that some drop more on will start shouting abuse at them.
Yeah. Yep.
If that game had gone the other way, by miracle sakes, and Southampton were winning, they would have hammered them.
In what sense? What, like
I just feel like if you see away fans and a home section and that away team are then losing, you're gonna hammer them.
I think we just left them be. I say that. I mean, the issue comes is when you get an away fan celebrating, and you see it happening. You see it happening all the time when it happens. But we know. Everyone knows. Like everyone sees, like, oh, it's a home game and it's a sellout.
Yeah,
we all know why. It's not a secret.
Because you don't support a team that lives local to you. You've got to catch them when they're in town.
Slightly weirdly, Palace at home is also a sellout.
Well, that does intrigue me.
Yeah, I'm baffled by that. Who knew?
Because maybe it's because we've been there twice this season, and everyone's like, "Wow, third time's the charm. Here we go, big game."
Yeah, really. That's
the real banger.
Yeah. Let us know in the chat section if you experienced anything that we've been talking about. Josh saying there were some City fans and family stand too. They were removed though. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it's a safety thing. It's
on the other side. I will say as well that, like you said, Sarah saw some really. I don't even know if they were. I think they might have even been Southampton fans, and they had beers in the stand. They were climbing over chairs. They were swearing at kids and swearing at everyone, and stewards literally stood there and didn't do anything.
Are you watching? Are you watching? Are you watching? Toby Steele.
It's all right. Those ones aren't club stewards. Those are ones that we get from we get sent those ones. They're not our stewards.
Outsourced.
Yeah, we have. Didn't even know we had stewards in the end.
Ordered on Wish.com. No, but in fairness, we do have some good stewards, but unfortunately, we have a lot of. It's not what they're there to do, really. It's they're instructed to do a certain thing, and it's the consistency that's going to wind people up, isn't it? Because if someone's given a home shirt to put over their City shirt for free, and then someone just gets kicked out before they've even arrived, it's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah,
it's mixed messages.
I've yet to receive a free shirt from the club.
Yeah. I was surprised that you didn't get a free shirt because you're wearing the one with the old horrible logo, that LD Sports logo. I was surprised someone didn't come up to you and go, I'm really sorry, have this.
Well, here's the thing. When I wore,
better.
What was the last match I wore that to? Last match I wore that to, we won. So...
that was your logic. Okay.
Until it runs off. But I've just received 2 new Southampton shirts in the post, so maybe a bit. Yeah, I've got the red and I sent it to you. Got the red and gold, the Danny Osvaldo top.
Okay, nice.
But the one that's got the Juju on it, as I bought the Gabbiadini away shirt.
Oh, do you get that Lianco one as well?
It's still sat there. Everybody, if you don't know, the Saints Foundation do have an eBay store, and it does have player shirts on there for.
How much is it in the moment?
I think last time I checked, it was still £50, £60 for a Lianco shirt.
Lianco match worn cup shirt. It's not the one that he did the handball in. It's the one away at Palace, I think. So it's the fabulous green away kit.
So it's £66.
£66.
£66 ends on the 24th of April.
Do I have 75? Do I have 75 in the room? 75. 75 going once, going twice. It's not my auction. You can go on to eBay.
Anyway, visit Soul and
sold. You can't do that.
Sign up using the QR code and
just did. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. Right. Shall we move on? I think
let's go to Palace.
Let's go to Palace. Let's go to Crystal Palace. I'm going to switch
the old Crystal. Now I've been watching Ted Lasso, so I'm in the mood for some Palace.
Next up at St Mary's it is Richmond FC taking on Southampton. And no, it's a home game for us. So I'm really been put out tonight. My headphones are broken. Everything. Camera's not working properly. I'm just using the laptop camera, which I don't like the white balance. It's annoying me, but there we go. I also got a shirt from the club shop. See that? Look at that. It's one of the Hummel ones.
Have you got the your thermals as well? Where are they at?
Yeah, I won't be using those until I'll be skiing, so it's not needed. Not needed right now. No, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. But it's a perfect matching one to go underneath the away kit, so I might just wear it. Might join a five-side football team and just wear it like that. I digress.
I've bought thermals, so I'm joining a five-a-side league.
Yeah, exactly. I need to make the most of them.
That's right. I'll start my own five.
They do have some bargains in the club shop, though. I think I saw the black away kit shorts for £3. Bought a pair of those as well. Yeah, just stick them on Facebook and sell them for more money. That's what could do if you wanted. Anyway, right. Let's move on. I've already done it. Banners down there.
Really different kind of channel if we start doing stuff like that.
Indeed. So it is Crystal Palace up at St Mary's, down at St Mary's, whichever way around you're facing the country. And it is Roy. Roy is back. He's back.
God.
He's been on the phone.
He looks so old in that photo there. It scared me a little bit.
It does. We did have a word. He said he'd try and make it, but he was, he's going to be washing his hair. So he can.
Wowza, Rooney. How old is he now? 70?
104. Wow. I am slightly terrified about this one because this one kind of feels. I know someone kindly put in the chat section very, very early on. I think when I released the announcement of this live show, that I'd put the last hope for another certain fixture. I think it was the Leicester game preview that we did, and I put last hope ? And we won that game. Yep. So who knows?
Last hope every week.
Yeah, last hope must win. All these games must win. But Palace, man, I mean, I was shocked when Vieira was sacked because they had a tough run of fixtures, and the fixtures then following looked rather appealing. So something must have gone on behind the scenes. I was kind of hoping I'd have a Palace fan on to give us their insights. It would have been helpful. But I can't decide if Roy's done amazing things or whether he's just stepped in at a good opportunity. I mean, I think he's perhaps playing with more straightforward football that the players are understanding, but they went to Ellen Road and scored 5 goals. I mean, these were pretty woeful, to be fair. But even still, his first 2 games, 2 wins. Yeah. In my mind, they're not even in relegation conversation anymore. They're
well, no, they were always only a couple of games out of it anyway, but they were just sort of sleepwalking towards the bottom.
Yeah.
But I kind of think I'm more along the lines of the good run was coming. Mm-hmm. Just wait for it. I don't think they would have won 5-1 at the weekend, but I think they would have won.
Mm-hmm.
But because they've come out the gates 1-5-1, here's the thing: those players know Roy.
Yeah,
they all know Roy. He was only just there, and he's come out of retirement for them, so it's always going to be a big boost. That first, they got that new manager bounce, mate, and I'm just really hoping it halts quite quickly.
Yeah,
because let's be honest, every game's been close with City this season.
Mm-hmm.
Tight games. So I'm just hoping that they just haven't. We beat them when we thought Vieira was doing all right.
Yeah.
So let's just hope that we go into this game. But again, it's not about them; it's about us.
Yeah.
Because every game that we've had recently, we've had chances to go in the lead, the chances to win, and chances to make our game.
Do you buy the comment from Pep? And I think it was also Ruben Diaz. Was it Ruben Diaz who was saying, "I have no idea why this team are in a position now. They're one of the toughest teams we came up against in the first half."
I think Southampton.
It's just flattery.
Pep always has something nice to say about us. That's the thing. Pep's always got something nice to say. But if you look at this section, especially under Sellers and under Hasenhüttl. To be fair, under Jones, he did beat City. There is a good team there, and there can be moments, and I don't doubt that for 90 minutes they're like hard to play against, like, but we just got nothing. There's nothing. There's missing quality everywhere, and unfortunately, it's not all the positions that you need. There's missing quality in putting the ball in the net. Yeah. There's missing quality for delivery, and there's missing quality at the back, and there's missing quality between the posts. To be honest, like, has had a couple of games, but you know he's not up to scruff, is he? So it's just, I don't think they're. I think what they're saying is true, but taken with the people. So I think maybe like a lot of people, why are Southampton in this position? If you're not a Southampton fan, you probably don't know why we're in this position. You probably still think they sold all their good players, when in reality, we actually waded through that. That wasn't what did it. It was actually a summer with new owners that went in, that just did some crazy stuff.
Yeah. But I think this season's been an odd one, though, hasn't it? I think you can look at a few things leading up to where it's gone wrong, because the stewardship of the club under Zhao was actually pretty good without the in terms of the lack of financing available. My point.
There was lack of finance, but I think that helped that team grow strong. I think that helped Martin Semmens understand what his role was, and someone who had been around for the last few ownerships and what it takes to run this club.
Yeah,
I think Martin Semmens did a really, really good job, and now it's got these the new ownership in, and they've gone hog wild over a summer. And
hog wild, I love that.
Hog wild, baby. Yeah. And it does reek of, like, they went really hard on the youth, and then when that needed a turnaround, they probably maybe looked at Semmens's scouting and what we've been looking at for the past few seasons.
Yeah.
And then bought for a wrong system. Yeah. Because if you think about where we were in the summertime with the 5 at the back and Ralph trying to play more direct, Onuachu would have been pretty on for that. I remember in the last show we were talking about would Onuachu have worked in a Ralph system, and I think when you say no, but Ralph was working for 5 at the back.
Was he?
Yeah, think about the summertime. We started every game with 5 at the back. We started the first couple of games with 5 at the back because Ralph was changing the system.
Okay.
It's. I think that's quite known that Ralph this summer was looking to play slightly more defensively and then very direct going forward, and Onuachu would have been perfect for that.
Yeah.
Orisic would have been pretty good for that role as well, because it's he could sit a little bit deeper than play forward. It's just there's a few signings in there. You're like in for the January. You're like, why? I kind of get that for Ralph, but not for this. And now we're in a position where you need to play old style Ralph ball, and you don't really have the players to do that.
Yeah. Yes. No, yeah. It is. It is a definite worry. I mean, I think with like the 3 centre backs, I mean, perhaps it was just down to the fact that last season we hadn't lost a game. We lost one game at St Mary's until we lost against Wolves, I think, at home in like March or something like that. So we went this long spell of not losing at home, which is something that we've grown accustomed to. We've had plenty of losses at home. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I think they're quite depressing. But yeah, that's been our problem. So it's no surprise that any manager of the club is going to want to go defensive to stop us conceding. But
it's not the best example. But I saw an Athletic report today about in the summer we conceded 16 times from set pieces last season. So in the summer the club wanted to get the team taller, and after 2 transfer windows, keep in mind with Onuachu's come in, so the average went up a little bit. We're still the 4th shortest team.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, what? How's that? How?
Even with Onuachu?
Even with Onuachu, we're still the 4th, and it's like, and then you conceding more goals, still conceding more goals from set pieces. Like, well, you didn't work that problem out then, did you?
No, exactly that.
Two targets in the summer. Get the team a bit taller. get a striker, and neither of those things happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are lots of things about him, like, not finding a suitable replacement for Romeu. That massively cost us, relying far too much on Lavia. And then suddenly having a situation where he's injured, and then it's a mess. And then, well, we all know what happens after that. And so it's been a bit of a concern, really. Shall we move on to what we would like to see in terms of the chosen 11?
Let's do that, because
am I bold enough to do that with all the technical issues we've had tonight?
I think we can do this.
If this goes wrong now, thanks for watching so much. As always, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe as I try and do this technical thing and add the screen in there. By the way, if you're watching and you haven't hit the like button, please do, because it really does make a difference to the channel, and helps us replace things like headphones and stuff like that that's just broken. I've had these for years. I've had these for 10 years.
I was about to say they were looking a bit tatty. Get you ones.
I got these off the Monster distributor in Switzerland, so I pay tax on them. Less tax than I would in the UK, but there we go. Can't believe I just mentioned the T word on live on air. Right, here we go. Share screens. Let's see if this works. Will it work? Will it work? Will it really work? Will it work? Will it work? Yeah.
Ooh, you look at that.
There we go. Look at that. So we are the exciting part of the show where we get to pick the team. Yes, we actually do get to pick the team for Saturday's game. I'll be sending this team sheet in straight down to St Mary's after the show has finished, so we can have our say on who we want to start at back, in goal, up front, and in midfield. Right. Is there any question that it's going to be Baz in goal?
Get Baz in there. Get Baz in there.
We just...
There's no point going the other way, is there? Like, maybe I would like to see McCarthy at a certain point, but who cares?
This is how far we've fallen.
Who cares?
Jack is saying he wouldn't mind seeing McCarthy in goal.
Well, here's the thing: like, we were, there was a little run there where we were calling out for him to get in. If it wasn't for the fact he was injured, we would have seen him. But I think now it's like, listen, it will make no difference. It will make no difference, and at least for Baz, you've got a bit of delivery.
There we go. Got a bit of Baz. Decent delivery.
I look at it this way, right? If a shot's coming at Bazunu and McCarthy, who's more likely to save it? Baz.
Yeah. Baz has got legs.
If it's a cross coming in, McCarthy will catch it. But what do we like to do the most? Pass it round at the back. And who would you rather pass it round, Baz or McCarthy?
Anyone. I don't think I've got a preference there.
You know it's Baz. Baz is way better on his feet.
Way better.
He's insanely better.
Okay.
That's the truth.
All right.
Keep in mind how poorly we pass it around at the back.
Yeah,
how often is it him that makes that mistake? The ones that I've seen him make are ones where he's been called, like he's had to get rid of it quick and it's gone where it needs to go.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I will grant you that. Right, I'm going to have a quick look at some of these, see what we're saying. Ryan's coming up with Bazunu, Walker Peters, Salasu, Bellacoccia, Roman Peru, Mr. Genepo, Lavia, Ward-Prowse, Theo, Walcott, Jones, and Fitz Sakamara. Nice. Josh going for it's really quite simple. Gavala, like that. Walker Peters, Bednarek, Bellacoccia, Peru, Lavia, Ward-Prowse, Suleiman, Akras, Walcott. Tall Paul. Now that would be something that if we saw Tall Paul starting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are calling for that. And I think we're perhaps in a situation where, maybe we should be trying these things. I mean, I was surprised when Sakamara came on against Man City and he scored a goal with the assist from Mr. Genepo. So who knows? Right, let's go centre backs. Who are we going for?
Let's put in Bednarek. Now, is Bellacoccia called to play?
Yeah, I think so.
Was there a presser today? Like, have I missed the presser?
I think it's tomorrow, isn't it? We've done our research.
We've done our research. I just can't remember the next one.
There's normally some.
Yeah, so if Bellacoccia's fit, it'll be Bellacoccia. If not, cool. Who would you want? Select her.
I reckon it's going to be that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do me a favour. Pop Maitland-Niles in it right back.
Oh, okay. There's a funny clip in the vid when I was editing, and we both do it, and we both slur it and go, Maitland Miles.
Maitland Miles.
Maitland Miles. Maitland Miles. Maitland Niles.
Maitland Niles.
Niles.
And then go pop Kyle Walker-Peters in the other side.
Okay. Now, they have some aggressive wingers, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Which worries me.
It's all right, though, because, you know, Ward-Prowse is going to punch Zaha in the mouth.
That'll work in the VAR day and age, won't it? Yep. Perfect.
You saw the Brighton game, mate. You can do anything you want. And I think start Alcaraz. I think it's going to be somewhat of a, that's it. 2 wingers, number 10. Good to go.
Christmas tree.
The old Christmas tree.
Raz,
yeah.
Raz.
Right.
This brings joy to my heart. Zaha is out.
Well, there we are then. We'll take that.
Marvelous.
No, it's just, is Eze playing? Is Elise playing? Are you playing? What about the rest of them?
Yeah, there's quite a few others to be worried about. Is this stuff about Salisu true? I don't know. Is it? Sorry.
Bored of that question, were you?
Jet, I wasn't bored by your question. Really sorry. Just I rushed. I'm having a night tonight. I'm having an absolute mare of it tonight. So
well, what do you think? Do you think it's true? I think there's definitely
there's something in it.
Of course there is. Of course it is. Well, yeah. I'm not surprised. So no. So for this right hand side, saying Walcott.
Vodka. Walcott.
Yeah.
All right. So you reckon we're going to see something like this with Theo?
I think something like we saw last week, but with a striker. Let's be honest, Stuart Armstrong did not look good. Funny way of spelling Musa Ginappo.
Oh, I'm just putting this up, see what it looks like.
You know what? I would actually be really happy with that. And in the 70th minute, Suleiman O'Toole pulled to come off to bring on Gineppo and Mara and cause some havoc.
Yeah. Don't
not like it, mate. I don't not like it.
Yeah. We've done a thing.
I think just the way to go. I feel bad for Peru. I don't know, but for some reason, I just like Kyle Walker-Peters on the left and Maitland-Niles on the right. There's a little bit of me, just a tiny bit, that think, right, get what Kyle Walker-Peters used to the left because he's coming. Because Tino coming back. He's training, baby. We're gonna see him. We're gonna see him before the end of the season. It starts this weekend.
Is he playing tomorrow night at Staplewood?
I don't know.
Tickets are available and they are free. So if anyone wants to go and watch the B team, then get yourself a ticket.
What are you up to tomorrow night then, pal?
Oh, I don't know. I'm already going. Well, obviously we're going to the Palace game, but I'm also going to the women's game on a Sunday. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday football. Ooh, who knows? Who knows?
Imagine the mega vlog you could make.
Absolutely no time to do that. That would be mad, though. Here we go. Mark Scott's come in there. Sulemana is better as a sub for me. Much more effective when he came off the bench against Spuds. Give Orsic a chance. Yeah, it's a good shout. If Orsic is fit,
I don't know. I think that's another attitude thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but from what I've read, it just sounds like he's another one that's not got the mentality for what we need to be doing. Same as Aribo.
It's a worry, isn't it? It really
does
is
seem
a worry.
Like some real stinkers in there.
Yeah. So I'm just checking on something.
To be fair, Orisic should have known better coming to a club with Nathan Jones as a manager. He should have had the thought to be like, wait, what? Who's that guy?
Yeah.
The most fit man in the world? I don't know about that.
Yeah, it is a definite worry. And it's just weird. Just weird. It's arguably the second, I mean, it's reportedly he's the second highest earner in the club.
Yeah.
So
very,
very strange. Very, very strange. Quick shout out as well. Last preview we did hit 50 likes. So if we can beat that tonight, I can see there's 24 likes on this. There's 24 likes on this, and there's 61 watching. So
come on, get it up there.
If Double tap it. Mind, it's free. It doesn't cost anything.
Wait, it's what?
It's for free.
Oh, free. I probably should have liked more videos.
Outrageous. Absolutely shocking. Right, are we locking this in?
I think if we're being sensible, I think that's the lineup to go for.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with
Gineppo, Edozie.
Yeah. Gineppo.
Musa Gineppo. How good would it be to hear Bruce Buffer say his name? That'd be a good one.
How am I spelling that?
Gineppo. So if somebody wants to buy me a great birthday present, Bruce Buffer does have a cameo. And if you can get Bruce Buffer to say this is Musa Gineppo in this corner is Musa Gineppo, I'd be a pretty happy man.
I'm surprised to see that. This is not what I necessarily would like.
Hey, listen, he scored a goal against Man City in open play, and Gineppo hit his head before he came on the pitch and turned it into Messi. So,
yeah,
I'm all for it. Hopefully, Musa Gineppo doesn't bang his head again and forget how to do that. Let's wrap him in bubble wrap and let's keep this party going.
Yeah, but the only other concern, of course, is this. Basically, the front end of this pitch has an average height of 4'1", so that might be an issue.
Yeah, it's a short front. I was saying that. How tall's Mara? Mara seems pretty tall.
Maybe. I'm sure he's 6 foot, is he?
Oh, he looks 6 foot. Come on.
Might be. He's no Armando Broja, but there we go.
No, he's not that big.
There we go. And there's an offer there as well from Oliver to put him up top. So great. Thanks. Yep.
He's 1.84 meters. What's that? What's that in feet?
1.84 meters. That's at least 6'1". Josh seems to think it's 6'1" to 6'2". Oh, sorry. Then I stand corrected. So the man in the orthopedic shoe. Stand corrected.
Yeah.
It's been getting better recently. All right, then let's lock that in. Clarice thinks he's 6 foot. Yeah. Cool. Right. Let's move on. Sorry, I'm so distracted tonight. Everything's weird.
Yeah. At least you've got the looks down. At least you're still handsome.
Thanks.
Just trying to get them out, bud. Just
don't even know which camera I'm looking at because one of them's broken. So I'm looking at this one. There we go. Anyway, right. Let's move on to. I didn't even put up the predicted 11 tab. What's wrong with me?
Well, start the show again from the top. Come on, guys. Reset.
All right. Here we go. Hello and welcome to the Match Day Vlogs YouTube channel. As always, please remember to. No.
He didn't hold the calendar up. For God's sake, we've got to go again.
Do you like that? That's a free gift. No dates in there. No.
Mike, don't tell people that we get free gifts. You paid a lot of money for that.
Paid a lot of money for that in the shop. Like and subscribe. That's in my goodie bag from that thing we did. I can say that. They know that.
They saw the vlog. I left my travel mug in someone's car today.
What?
I'll go get it tomorrow. I know.
It's got one of my lollies left. It's a green one, so it's become see-through. Oh, that's a bit of fun, isn't it? Right. Move on. with the show, please. Right, let's move on to.
We've got to do some predictions, bro. Let's do that.
I know. Let's move on to that. Let's move on to the score predictions part of the show, where, of course, it is time for you guys in the chat section to give your score predictions for Saturday's game against Crystal Palace. And if you're watching us on replay, please be sure to stick in your score predictions in the comment section as well, so we can keep the conversation going that way. Right. You're going first, I think. I think it's you. Didn't we do that thing where we wrote it down?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. That was fun.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that again. Where is a notepad? I had a notepad here. So, where's my notepad gone?
I got this wrong last time, didn't I?
Yeah, so you have to write down what you think I think the score's going to be.
Okay.
And I have to write down what you think the score's going to be.
It's kind of Chinese takeaway order. I'll use that. Oh, class in this household.
I don't think I've even got a score in my head. What do I think? Right. Given it's a must win.
So I'm writing down what I think
I'm going to put.
That's what I did last time. You said I got it wrong.
No, I got it right. I said there, that was it. And then you got very confused.
I got very, very confused. So I'm writing down what I think you're going to say. Or I'm writing down what I'm.
You're gonna write down what you think the score is, so I can guess it, and you can't change the score.
Got you. Okay,
See?
cool. All right. Yeah, I'm with. Yeah.
We all got it. We all got what we're doing now. So
I've written on lined paper. You can't see it. Hang on. What's this?
Would you like? All right. I put it this way. I've written my score down. Would you like to guess what my score is?
Hang on. Write mine down. Don't look. I'm writing it.
I'm gonna try and tell by the scribble sounds.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you spawn of Satan. ruining my plans.
That was a bit harsh. Right. So now I guess
what I think the score's going to be.
Are people still watching us? Yep, pretty good.
Of course they are. If anything, they would have gone up. This is high risk.
High risk stuff. Is it? Have we got anything on it? No, it's fine. We're not going to do it. Gambleway.org, all that. Right. So I'm going to put up. I got to guess what you're going to say.
Yeah.
And then you're going to put it up. Right.
Yeah.
We finally got this. We should have really done this off air. It would have saved a lot of people's time.
To be fair, we didn't really have any time off air because some people.
It's true. Right. Enough of that. So I think you're going to put. I think you reckon. I reckon you can see goals in this.
I see goals every game. What are you on about?
I know. I got one of my numbers locked in because there's no way we're scoring more than this. 3-2 Saints.
3-2
I nearly did.
Damn.
That's so close.
Damn.
Still amazed by the fact that I knew you thought we were going to score 3.
3-1. We're winning 3-1.
Okay, what have I put?
Well, here's the thing. I would say conservative, but because we're writing, but because we're writing these scores down, you're going to swing for the fences a little bit.
Yeah.
You've put 2-0 Southampton.
Both right on how many goals we think we're going to
score. 2-1. Here's the thing. That's the conservative score. That's what I thought of. If we weren't writing this down, he put 2-1.
Yeah.
But because we were writing it down, I thought, that's 0. Never mind.
I wouldn't try and throw you off. I wouldn't try and do that.
You were literally scribbling after I said I will listen to the scribbles.
It's true. I did do that. Right. I'm going to put you. And you said 3-1, right?
Yeah.
So not sure if any of us win anything, but it's just fun to play like that. There we go. So now let's go through what the chat session is thinking. Remember, it's a must win, everyone. Must win again. Right, where do we begin? Here we go. Start with this now. Is going for a 2-1. Yanni B and Lavia with the goals. Love to see Lavia.
Yanni B. Yanni B. Yanni B.
J to the A to the N to the N to the B.
If you could fit that in, if you could get all of it off the spell like that, I'd be very impressed.
I'm gonna clip that. So just if you could get never mind. If you get all of it off the spell. Right. Josh is going for 3-1 with Walcott. James Ward-Prowse free kick. I really want to see a free kick from James Ward-Prowse. I want to see 2 before the end of the season, please, in the league. It's not going to be anything else because we're not on anything else. Excellent stuff. And Eze for them. Singatuli is going for a 2-1 to the Saints. Zandif is going all out with 9-0, all James Ward-Prowse free kicks. Wouldn't that be something? Actually, it's really going for it. 1-0 Toolport finally. Yeah, Toolport is yet to get his opening goal for Southampton. Alpha Games going for a 3-1. Toolport, James Ward-Prowse, Mara, and Gehi for them. Mike is going for sadly 2-0 Palace. Edouard, brace.
Get out.
Wait, he didn't put a draw, to be fair.
Fair play, but still, no.
There you go. Told you.
Funny. Also, another great job on the name.
Have I done it again?
No, I'm just saying it's another funny one. He has bangers every week.
Oh, yes. Did I just say? Did I read it out?
No.
Did I? Okay.
I don't think so.
Mike. Right, Ryan's unfortunately see 2-1 Palace. How bad we do against smaller teams. Hope I'm wrong. No, you're not wrong about them being a smaller team. Mitchell's going for a 3-2 Palace from 2-0 up. That would end me. That really would. Right, Dan's going for a 4-2 Crystal Palace. Delga's going for 3-2 from 2-0 down. Mara, James Ward-Prowse, Freecast, and Sulemana off the bench. Member channel Mark's going for a 2-1 Saints, Yanni B and Saul Paul. Look at that. Secondly, it's playing along with a guessing game. Fantastic. Well, you've nailed me. You got my 2-1 right, so well done. Well done.
And very close on my one as well. So
exactly, yeah. I think we'll both one away on that one. I guessed my own one correctly as well, so well done me. Kevin's going for a 2-1 Saints for my 50th birthday. Many 50, happy returns. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Chloe's going for 2-0 Southampton. Big Paul and Stuart Armstrong. Oliver's going for a 2-1 Eduardo, or whatever he's called. Mara and Alcaraz. Do you know what? It can be hard to remember how to spell all these footballers' names. So well done, everyone.
It's hard to remember my name. Like it's exactly. Everything's difficult.
Just switching everything to abbreviations, stuff like that. We need another booth out. Maybe it's a Gineppo. Who knows? Got to look at this. Ryan was playing on top. 3-2 and 4-3. Kind of similar.
Just on steroids.
Nearly. AD's going for a 4-1 Saints. Would you give someone a hiding? We are indeed. It'd be nice
for about 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah, ever since that 4-1 against Brentford, that would have been nice to see, wouldn't it? Isaac's going for a 1-0. I think we should get the Rotherham keeper. He has very good shot stopper. Baz header in the 93rd minute. Limbs. God, love it.
You wouldn't dare let him go up there at 0-0 in the 93rd. You wouldn't dare.
Do you know what? We're at that stage of the season where it literally is going to be like that way because we need to get wins. So you might do, because a point ain't going to do nothing for us. We're going to be like 7 points adrift. So you got to.
Is there something that whiffs about Leicester winning this weekend to you?
Who have they got?
City.
No.
Sack Rodgers beat City.
Have they appointed anyone? Sorry, Lee.
So.
I will get to your score in just a minute. Have they appointed anyone?
I don't think so. But doesn't that sound very football?
They were awful against Bournemouth.
They were terrible. They were really, really bad.
Bournemouth's goal was coming from like the 15th minute onwards. We're just like, we're going to score in a minute. It's coming. Anyway, no, I don't think they're going to beat City. Famous last words. This league. Lee Evans going for a 2-0 Saints. James Ward-Prowse and big substitute Paul. Love to see it. Right. Oh, Stevie 66.
Steve.
In
fact, Steve.
This is going for a 2-1. Saints got a feeling we'll get 6 points from the next 2 games. Away at Arsenal. That'd be great.
So we really are going to have our say in this title fight. I love that.
Yeah. Oh, Smith is managing Leicester. Dean Smith.
Oh yeah, Dean Smith. Well, I feel a little bit better.
Remember that time where we beat Villa, and then he got sacked by Villa, and then we were all smug and cocky and thought, oh, we're going to beat him when he's at Norwich as well. And then we lost it.
So now it's our turn.
It's our turn, but we're not playing them anymore, are we? I wish we could play Leicester every week.
Steve.
That would be fun. Dan is confirming that as well. There we go.
And it is, in fact, Steve.
Steve.
Oh, Steve.
I mean that here. Isaac's got a joke. I have a joke. What kind of bagel can fly? A plain bagel. Very good.
Slightly offended by that. That
Why?
you allowed that bad a joke to be read on air. Willingly.
You cannot be offended by actually, no. It's...
Turns out, 2023, mate, I can be offended by pretty much anything I want.
Moving on. We did this last week, didn't we? Just skirting on the subjects. Right. There we go.
Right, we got an hour to film, mate, so I got to push out sometimes.
But thank you so much for all those score predictions. Always fun to read through those. So, in terms of other topics, of course, it was announced this week that the shirt sponsors exhibiting betting companies, it's a bit of an awkward one for us, isn't it? Is going to be banned from the 25-26 season in the Premier League. I'm hoping that will affect us. But any thoughts on this? Just to be clear, the betting sponsors will be able to be here on the sleeves of the shirt. You can't even see that sleeve. Sleeves. You know what a sleeve is. You don't need me to point at a sleeve.
Yeah, it's
Everyone knew what it was. And any thoughts on that?
Do I not? I remember that Sportsbet have a subsidiary brand that is
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. That would then become our sponsor, because I remember when they first came in, there was that little cry of, "Oh well, what are the Premier League betting sponsors? This doesn't seem very long term, although it seems to be a long term deal."
Yeah.
So I seem to. Is that not it? It was. It is Bitcoin. It would be another bit of it. So would it be much better? I don't know. Is Sportsbet the most offensive logo in the world? No, it's not as bad as Audi Sport. Yeah. Am I against betting sponsors? No. So, it's whatever you want. I get it, but I don't get it.
There was also chat about the fact that, of course, the lower league teams will need to follow, and of course, when you're in the football league, money is pretty sparse when you're trying to compete at whatever level you are at, whether it be Championship, League One, League Two. They rely on those incomes a lot. So will they be forced into following suit and then sort of perhaps create, some issues there? For me, there should be enough money in football anyway, in terms of distribution, without the need to have betting sponsors on the front of a football shirt. If you're still having something on the sleeve, then whatever, it's fine. But the vast majority of people, seeing these sponsors on the shirt shouldn't affect those. But for those people who it really does affect, who have addictions and things like that, then anything like that could trigger something like that, then I totally understand it and can see merit in doing that. But I don't know.
I do think you should be able to choose, like if you buy a Saints shirt, you should be able to choose what sponsors on the front of that, especially when you have the women's team who have what was it? It was who was it that sponsored the women's game that we went to go see them? It was
Starling Bank.
That's it. The Starling Bank logo looked great. That's right. This is in fact the next season's sponsor.
Exactly. If I see it at St Mary's,
The
screaming,
exorcism.
"The
The
power of
exorcism
Christ
of
compels you. The power of Christ
exorcism of Nathan
compels you."
Jones, trying to get all that juju out of there. But yeah, I think you should be able to have options, even if it's like the youth kits with the utilita on it. Like you should be able to choose what you want on there. So that I agree with that. But to ban any particular thing from being on there, it might,
ban tool Well, I think the only merit count just got about this as well, because then just made an excellent point. Sky Bet is sponsored the Championship and League Two. Yeah, the entire league is sponsored by a betting company. Yeah, I think the only thing for me is the fact that anything that would trigger the mind of someone who had an issue, but that's going to be irrelevant if you're sat at a football ground and all the sporting banners around the side of the pitch are exhibiting those logos as well. So you can't have one and then not have the other.
Yeah.
So, make your mind up, kind of thing. Ban anything that's not a tool company. So when you have Draper Tools back,
it would be great if it would just became a law that
a week
the logo, the front logo of your shirt has to be a local business. That would be a fantastic rule to bring in.
Yeah.
Sponsorships are everywhere else, but whatever's on the front of your shirt has to be a business within a certain radius of a locally business from where you are. So that'd be where I would take things, or the club sponsor.
Yeah, I'll tell you a fun one off air. You'll be amazed by it. It's ridiculous.
We best end the show then.
There's a few chat going wrong in terms of like what do we make of Ruben Sellers, Peppa Pig sponsor. Oh, I'd love that.
That Peppa Pig world sponsor.
Dinosaur. I can do the dinosaur. Yeah, what are you making of Sellers though? Are you seeing anything that's making you think, yeah, he's got something? He talked about identity, didn't he? He talked about identity in the preview running up to the City game. Did you see anything that compelled identity?
Ruben would have been the perfect interim manager between Ralph and whoever was next.
Yeah.
They had taken that time not to go with Jones and try and get somebody to take us on. Sellers would have had the players behind him. He has the playbook in hand, and he's doing as well, if not better, than I would think an interim manager in our position should be doing. But would you want him next season? Would you want him to do the rebuild and come back up again? Probably not.
I'm not buying that. I have to say, I don't think that from what I've seen in terms of like, okay, you've got all these players at your disposal. You've got all these players which other clubs supposedly are looking at, and yet you can't put out your best 11 in where we are now. You can't. You can't.
But that's not. I don't think that's necessarily on him.
It's hard because, of course, the transfer window was there for a completely different manager. So
but that's what I mean, though. Like, I think if you had that little spout of time where Jones came in to have Sellers run things, fine. But I don't think he's the man to go forward with at all.
Yeah.
I don't. I think there's definitely a manager in there, but I just don't think a Premier League side and maybe even like a soon-to-be championship side is the way to go around. Like, we want Saints to come straight back up. I think that will happen.
Yeah.
But you want to do it with somebody who's got a bit of long-term in there. Someone who you want to base it around, and not like I'm kind of sick of uncertainty. Jones was a risk. To keep Sellers in charge would be a risk. To go completely with youth is a risk. Let's not do that. Let's just be smart. Let's be practical. Let's get a manager in that we know has, done it in the championship, so knows how hard it is, but maybe a bit of Prem knowledge as well. AKA, let's get Graham Potter in. If there's one thing that could get Sports Republic back on side, regardless of what happens in the summer, if they manage to somehow get Potter in, I think things will be burning. I might I've seen statements saying Potter likes the idea of the Saints job in the summer.
If we're in the Prem,
but what if Rasmus can go to him and do some real Rasmus type stuff that he thinks is there?
Yeah, we've seen loads of that so far, haven't we?
Well, that's what I mean.
Done so well.
If Rasmus can come out and do what he says that he can do, and convince, and the master negotiator, the art of the deal, and come out and be like, right, Potter knows that this team can get back up, and these are the resources that we've got.
Yeah,
maybe he can come down. If they can do a miracle like that, if they can do a Rafa, Rafa went to the championship with Newcastle, mate. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. I thought you talking about the hardships of Newcastle United there. The fact that they had Rafa Benitez in the championship. Absolute madness. Absolute madness. No, I can see a lot of fans liking the idea of Graham Potter, but I just don't think he's going to be going into the championship. I just don't think he's there. There's a side of me that thinks, was it Potter or was it Brighton? Because Brighton have got another manager in the helm at the moment who's doing.
Yeah, but let's keep in mind how long
as well.
Think how long Potter was there and what he installed.
Yeah, but there were a lot of changes there. A lot of players left and then suddenly weren't so good when they left that setup.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. They left that Potter setup and it slapped. I think it's a lot to do with him.
Yeah,
and I just think Chelsea. You already see reports of apparently Chelsea players would make fun of him. Like that Chelsea squad is a young mismatch of players who've got massive egos. Like I look at that Chelsea squad and I'm like, that's a squad I would least like to hang out with.
Mm-hmm. Do you not think there's some similarities between Southampton and Chelsea in terms of the youth running riot?
I mean, there is, but you have to keep in mind at Chelsea, there's no way for you to introduce those players because, especially this season, because if you can't get a handle on it, everyone it's just like. But with Southampton, there is a pathway in.
Yeah,
there is a pathway in. I mean, how many times did you hear Potter to Southampton? In the Ralph years and stuff like that. So
yeah,
and like I say, he's a manager that build up from the bottom. So I just think of other names that I would like for next year, and there's not a lot considering what sort of mission it would be.
No, there isn't. Let us know in the chat session if you've got any names in particular, or whether you think you should stick with Ruben Sellers as well. That would, of course, be an option. Isaac is rather brazenly put Pep Guardiola. Excellent.
Hey, listen, he talks so much nice stuff about us. Let's see him put his money where his mouth is.
Exactly. I'm sure if we had Nathan Redmondson on the side, he'd probably go, yeah, right then. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I'll park De Bruyne and Haaland and come to the South Coast for
loves Nathan.
Mara and Nacho. Would love that. Yeah. Interesting stuff. Well, I think we've probably squeezed that one to death in terms of what's that there, but it is a bit of concern. I mean, we have now 8 games remaining to play. I was going to say in the Premier League. That sounds quite depressing when you say it like that. There's plenty of games going on around us, as Jack mentioned. Leicester going up against Manchester City. I'd be really worried if I was a Leicester fan. I think they're in big trouble. I'm almost as worried as what I am currently, where Southampton are. But another big fixture is Fulham. Are they at Everton or is Everton at Fulham?
I don't know, but
this
I can get the fixtures up there and find out. Right, where are we at? So Everton. So it's Everton at home. So Everton, Fulham. Villa, Newcastle, Chelsea, Brighton, Everton, Fulham, Saints, Palace, Spurs, Bournemouth. Please, Spurs, get some points.
Yeah.
Wolves, Brentford. Come on, Brentford, I guess. Wolves, I don't know. City just smash them. Arsenal needs to smash West Ham. United to smash Forest. Liverpool to smash Leeds. Southampton to get off to be 19th by the end of the weekend.
That would be nice. So in terms of the 3, I mean, we do it. It's a beat the drop show that we occasionally do on a Monday night. Who are your 3 that are going down?
Us, Leicester, and Nottingham Forest.
Nailed it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my 3 as well.
Yeah, that's who I think are going down.
Forest running is horrible. We've all played 30 games now. So although the points table does look a bit more spread out, we are level in terms of the games that have been played. But for me, it's going to be very tough. I mean, we've given ourselves a mountain to climb that, as far as I can see, we need to beat Palace, we need to beat Bournemouth, and we have to do something miraculous against the others, which is going to be very, very tough.
Yes.
Very, very tough indeed.
We've got it though, easy.
Exactly.
Easy.
What a jolly way to end the show.
Yeah, thanks for that, man. Thanks for doing this bit.
Yeah, I'm sure we all enjoyed that bit. But thanks so much for everyone who's joined us live on there. Apologies again for the slow start. It was something that wasn't planned at all, but happens. And I'm gonna suddenly try and put the studio back together and put this main editing laptop off this precarious stand, which it really shouldn't be on. But there we go. But as always, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And me and Jack will be at St Mary's Stadium for the vlog. But as always, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Oh, and before we go, because I forgot to do this last week, just want to show off this. Look at that. In Easter holidays, it's something my youngest made. Look at that.
And there is a green tree. It's just that there's a green screen effect.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I was impressed with that. Also,
there's so much talent in your family, and that upsets me.
She made me a giraffe.
Well, that might even be better.
It's my favorite animal, giraffe. So just wanted to show that off. There we go.
That you know what? Much more of a wholesome way to end the show. I approve.
Exactly. There we go. And one other final plug. Don't forget, check out your merch at matchdayvlogs.com. Plenty of new shirts in there for you to check out. And get your allegiances right in your chest there. Loving that. Right, I'm really going to leave you now. As always, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And me and Jack will see you in the next one. All right, see ya.
Bye.